everyone. Good afternoon, my time. My name is Samuel, and I'm going to be walking you through how to get started on the Thesiora solution that helps students and writing professionals in getting their citation and verified based citation rather written. It reduces stress. What a project report you're supposed to write in about 3 months, Thesiora will get that done in minutes with credible citation, credible references with the reference link. So let me just walk you through, right? So you just log into, or you go to your web browser and you type thesiora.com. After typing thesiora.com, a page like this shows up on your web browser, and you click start for free, no credit card. All right, and it brings you to this page. If you are a new user, all right, you just have to type in your email address, type in your username, set your password, confirm password, and you create an account. Or you can sign up with Google. But since I'm a user that has pre-signed up, I just go to login and I log in. So I can either type in my email and password, or I click to log in with Google. All right, so I decide to log in with Google. All right, just a minute. All right, so you can see the beautiful and interactive dashboard built by the Thesiora team. All right, you can see the workspace as the dashboard, the new projects, a list of projects I've done before, the status of the project, the recently added project. I can search for a project if I have done multiple projects, and there is a settings page. But let me walk you through starting a new project. All right, since that's So take for example, I want to let me pick a real life project report. All right, so let me pick this assignment brief from a university. All right, so the assignment title is report into the ethical practice of a UK multinational business. All right, so I put that in here. All right, the audience I'm writing for is an MSc assignment. All right, so the citation style according to the assignment description, let's go check guidance of format, this blah 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 blah, learning outcome. Let me go see understanding, analysis, structure, referencing and use of sources. So you can see they are requesting for the Harvard referencing style, so I'm going to be choosing the Harvard. All right, another thing is the total word count, right? So let's go check. So they are requesting for 3,000 words. All right, so let me go increase this to 3,000 words. All right, then next is to paste or write the project brief here. So this is the assessment description. All right, I'm just going to copy this whole assessment description. All right, and paste it here. All right, but before that, right, let's read the assessment description again. The assessment description says modern businesses are facing increasing expectations to behave ethically, but are also under unprecedented pressures, particularly in light of increased costs of doing business and global uncertainty. In this context, behaving ethically can be a challenge, and in a recent survey, 80% of leaders agreed that they had to make decisions in the last 3 years where the right thing to do was not clear. Principia 2023. In light of this situation, your task for this assignment is to choose one of the organizations below and using stakeholder theory to critically analyze their business and management behavior and whether it is in line with principles of business ethics. Organization to choose from: Boeing and Starbucks. So you know what, just to make it easier on me, let me redraft the topic to say report into the ethical practices of Starbucks, a UK multinational business. All right, okay, since I'm on the free plan, it says the maximum word I can write is 3,000 words, so let me reset this back to 2,500 words. All right, so I'm redrafting the title so that the system does not try to write generally for a UK multinational, whereas in the description we are asked to either choose from Starbucks or Boeing, and I decided to choose for Starbucks. All right, so you have the planner template here where you can have where the planner template actually has like a pre-drafted subtopics for you. All right, so you can see here If you chose research paper, it gives you the regular headings, which of course is editable. If you chose academic writing assignments, you have something similar. All right, if you chose technical reports, you have the same thing. If you chose systematic review, you have the same thing. All right, so what I will be doing is I will choose this as a research paper. All right, sorry, let me choose it as a technical report because I want to have the literature review section there. Remember that you can edit the subheading. All right, so I have the executive summary, the introduction, the background / literature review, the methodology, the findings from the report, recommendations, conclusions, appendices, and of course the reference is going to be there. So I create projects. All right, so you can see it's currently in draft. All right, and you can see the details of the project details. Start a new research paper plan. Title: Report into the ethical practices of a Starbucks, comma, a UK multinational business. Audience: MSc assignment. The citation style is Harvard. The total word limit, given because I'm using the free tier, is 2,500 words. All right, per generation. And this is the brief here, and you can see the planner template here. Then I go to save changes. All right, after saving changes, the next thing to do is to run planner, and as you can see up here is running the plan. You can see my word quota. I have 4,000 out of 4,000, or 4,500 rather, out of 4,500 quota remaining. So the system is very fast, and you can see plan for report into the ethical practices of a Starbucks, comma, a UK multinational business. Plan version 1.0. You can see the date. All right, you can see the topic, critical analysis, or the suggested topic. All right, for the project. The main topic is critical analysis of Starbucks, ethical practices using stakeholder theory. You can see the suggested topics: ethical governance in Starbucks, a stakeholder theory perspective, stakeholder alignment and ethical compliance in Starbucks operation, assessing Starbucks ethical decision making through stakeholder theory. So it has already critiqued critical analysis of Starbucks ethical practices using stakeholder theory. I can decide to choose any of these, but let's just go with the regular. All right, and you can see the brief here once more: critical analysis of Starbucks ethical practices using stakeholder theory. All right, 2,500 word count, Harvard citation, deliverable, structured reports with ethical assessments, case studies, and actionable recommendations. So I can edit this brief also before we proceed to writing. All right, so we have remember the main topic is what? Critical analysis. So all of these are the subtopics. All right, I can decide to add a subtopic. All right, additional subtopic. So take for example, I can decide to probably, what should I add here? Let's add financial. What are we writing about again? Critical analysis of Starbucks ethical practices in stakeholder theory. So I can have a subtopic that talk about stakeholder theory in Starbucks. All right, so then I can also have several sections under the main topic. So take for example, I can still copy this and probably add a section under background. All right, so what is the title? I can have this there, stakeholder theory in Starbucks. See, the target word for the background is 416 words. I can probably reduce this to 300 words, right? And probably make this 116. Even if I don't do this, the system is going to automatically do a word reassignment, all right, to match the word count we have pre-selected. And these are the journals the system is going to be writing based on. I can also add a journal. Take for example, if the assignment brief had a journal, I could actually copy from that journal, and the system will go source its writing preferences or its writing content rather from the journal. So what do? I click save changes, and it has saved changes. All right, so then I can proceed to run in writer. All right, you can see it's writing already. All right, so it's writing. So request status generating, 7% completed this writing. You can see the estimated time here. All right, so yeah, the system is still writing. Just a minute, or just 2 minutes rather, for the system to complete its writing. All right. Still going. All right, still going. Still going. Still going. You can see the title, reporting to the ethical practices of a Starbucks, a UK multinational business. All right, still going. Still going. Just a moment, and your report is ready. This would have taken you probably, if you are a very fast writer, this probably would have taken you about 1 to 2 weeks to get done, and with Thesiora you're getting this done in just minutes. All right, so the report is ready. All right, then I can proceed to view writing. All right, you can see my write-up is here. All right, and of course I also have access to the editing tool to edit whatever it is I want to edit, and I can save whatever it is I've edited, so should in case I want to adjust some parts. So we'll get into how do you ask the system to make adjustments to some parts you like to make adjustments to. So let's look at this: critical analysis of Starbucks ethical practices using stakeholder theory. All right, executive summary. This report presents a critical analysis of Starbucks ethical practices through the lens of stakeholder theory, synthesizing insights from 25 verified academic sources to evaluate alignment with ethical standards across diverse stakeholder groups. All right, I may want to remove this. We'll get onto that later. All right, so the analysis reveals significant gaps in Starbucks ethical implementation, particularly concerning labor practices, environmental sustainability, and community engagement. All right. Key findings indicate that while Starbucks has made strides in ethical procurement and employee well-being initiatives, systemic issues persist in supply chain transparency and fair labor conditions. The report identifies critical misalignments between corporate claims of ethical commitment and actual operational practices, especially in emerging markets where stakeholder expectations are higher. A comprehensive stakeholder analysis demonstrates that Starbucks' ethical framework disproportionately benefits stakeholders and employees while marginalizing local communities and suppliers. The analysis further by Leoncio 2022, pardon my pronunciation, highlights the role of, just imagine, this is the same way I would have written this report as a writer. All right, both integrated and non-integrated citation style, which your lecturer would love to see in your report. In fact, many writers that have written for many years still do not understand the meaning or the difference between integrated and non-integrated citation, like this system is doing. All right, highlights the role of leadership in shaping ethical culture, noting that CEO-driven initiatives often lack sufficient engagement with frontline stakeholders. Recommendations include establishing transparent supply chain audits, implementing living wage policies, and creating community investment funds to address systemic inequalities. The report underscores the necessity for Starbucks to adopt a more inclusive stakeholder engagement model that prioritizes long-term social impact over short-term financial gains. This critical assessment provides actionable paths for enhancing ethical practices while maintaining competitive advantage in the global market. And it puts another citation at the end. You can see this is an executive summary that summarizes the introduction, the findings, the literature review, the recommendation, and the final conclusion. Then we go on to the main introduction. The critical analysis of Starbucks, pardon me, I might be reading fast, all right. The critical analysis of Starbucks ethical practices represents a pivotal inquiry into the intersection of corporate responsibility and stakeholder theory in the contemporary business landscape. This report addresses the growing concern that Starbucks, despite its global reputation for ethical innovation, has not consistently delivered on its ethical commitments across diverse stakeholder groups. Stakeholder theory provides a robust framework for evaluating the balance of power and influence between corporations and their various stakeholders, including employees, customers, suppliers, communities, and regulatory bodies. The introduction establishes the context of Starbucks operations within the global coffee industry, highlighting its market dominance and ethical claims. It outlines the scope of the analysis, focusing on labor practices, environmental sustainability, and community engagement as critical ethical domains. The report's objectives are to, according to these two researchers, critically assess Starbucks ethical practices using stakeholder theory, identify gaps in implementation, and propose actionable recommendations for improvement. This analysis is grounded in a comprehensive review of 25 academic sources, ensuring a rigorous and evidence-based evaluation. The introduction sets the stage for the detailed findings, emphasizing the tension between Starbucks' ethical rhetoric and operational realities by framing the discussion within stakeholder theory. The report aims to provide a nuanced understanding of ethical challenges and opportunities for Starbucks to enhance its ethical performance while maintaining profitability and market leadership. Mitchell and Raza, 2018. One thing I love about the way this system writes is that it doesn't write to an AI tone. It looks like an human is actually writing. It doesn't feel like an AI is writing. There is no form of hallucination. It's writing right on point. So let's get into the background. Starbucks operates in a complex global market where ethical considerations are increasingly intertwined with business strategy. The company's ethical framework has evolved through stakeholder theory, emphasizing the interdependence of various groups. This background section examines the historical development of Starbucks' ethical initiatives, highlighting key milestones such as the introduction of ethical sourcing programs and sustainability commitments. The analysis draws on academic literature to contextualize Starbucks' practices within broader trends in corporate social responsibility. The section addresses the challenges Starbucks faces in balancing ethical commitments with operational efficiency, particularly in emerging markets where regulatory frameworks are less developed. He also explores the role of stakeholder theory in guiding ethical decision-making processes, noting how Starbucks has adapted its approach to meeting diverse stakeholders' expectations. The background establishes, according to Roman, 2021, the foundation for understanding the ethical challenges Starbucks encounters, emphasizing the need for a nuanced analysis that considers both global and local context. Thesiora, 2025. Findings. The critical analysis of Starbucks' ethical practices reveals significant discrepancies between stated ethical commitment and operational realities. Labor practices remain a critical concern, with evidence indicating that Starbucks' labor standards often fall short of fair wage benchmarks, particularly in regions with weaker labor protections. Environmental sustainability initiatives show partial progress, with Starbucks implementing ethical sourcing for coffee beans but lacking comprehensive measures for reducing carbon emissions. Alright, community engagement efforts are inconsistent, with localized initiatives sometimes overshadowed by global corporate strategies. A stakeholder analysis demonstrates that Starbucks' ethical framework disproportionately benefits shareholders and employees while marginalizing local communities and suppliers. The findings highlight the role of leadership in shaping ethical culture, noting that CEO-driven initiatives often lack sufficient engagement with frontline stakeholders. Ethical procurement practices, while according to all of this was set by Wu LA, 2024. While improving, still facing challenges in ensuring transparency and accountability across supply chains. The analysis further reveals that Starbucks' ethical claims are frequently influenced by market pressures and shareholder expectations, leading to a prioritization of short-term gains over long-term ethical investments. These findings underscore the need for a more inclusive stakeholder engagement model that addresses systemic iniquities, and promotes sustainable development. Abigail 2024. You can see the flow of the findings. He did a thorough finding with verified, and we'll get to the points where we go and check all of the references generated to see if the references are credible. Recommendations. To address the identified gaps, Starbucks should implement a comprehensive set of recommendations that prioritize stakeholder inclusivity and ethical accountability. First, establish transparent. You can see the first thing they recommend is establish transparent supply chain audits that ensure ethical procurement practices across all suppliers, particularly in emerging markets. Second, introduce living wage policies that guarantee fair compensation for employees, addressing labor rights concerns. Third, create community investment funds that directly support local community affected by Starbucks operation. Remember that from the findings, the system had pre-noted that the local communities are being affected, and it has actually recommended that as part of its third recommendation. All right, fostering equitable development. Fourth, enhance stakeholder engagement through regular dialogues with frontline workers, suppliers, and community leaders to ensure ethical practices are aligned with diverse stakeholder needs. You see, so aligning ethical practices between stakeholders and the locales where Starbucks is sourcing their materials from. What a beautiful recommendation. Fifth, develop a robust ethical governance framework that integrates stakeholder feedback into decision-making processes, ensuring ethical considerations are embedded into corporate strategy. These recommendations are grounded in evidence from academic such as Thesiora, 2025. So Thesiora, all of these things were recommendations that were taken from a journal written by Thesiora. It wasn't just taken out of a thin air. And practical case studies. So it was actually a practical case study by Thesiora in 2025, emphasizing the importance of long-term ethical investments over short-term financial gains. By adopting these measures, Starbucks can enhance its ethical performance while maintaining market leadership and stakeholder trust. All right, another citation where some of these things was gotten was from a journal written by Vickers in 2017. All right, so the conclusion. This critical analysis of Starbucks' ethical practices underscores the complex interplay between corporate strategy and ethical responsibility within the stakeholder framework. The findings reveal that while Starbucks has made notable progress in ethical procurement and employee well-being, systemic issues persist in labor practices, environmental sustainability, and community engagement. The report demonstrates that Starbucks' ethical framework is often misaligned with the needs of marginalized stakeholders, particularly in emerging markets where ethical standards are less developed. The recommendations proposed in this report provide actionable pathways for enhancing ethical performance through transparent supply chain audits, living wage policies, and community investment funds. By prioritizing stakeholder inclusivity and ethical accountability, Starbucks can transform its ethical practices from a strategic afterthought to a core component of its business model. The conclusion emphasizes all of this was written or were part of what was drafted from a concluding report or journal from Jasprit 2024. All right, conclusion emphasizing that long-term ethical success requires a commitment to continuous stakeholder engagement and adaptive governance structure that respond to evolving ethical challenges. Ultimately, Starbucks has the opportunity to lead the industry in ethical innovation while maintaining its global market position. All right, provided it addresses the critical gaps identified in this analysis. This report serves as a catalyst for meaningful ethical transformation within the company and the broader coffee industry. Mukhtar 2025. You see, in the beginning, I asked you to write a topic specifically for stakeholder theory in Starbucks, and I actually wrote it. Additional supporting evidence is incorporated from the remaining selected studies by this blah blah blah, because I didn't give it like a reasonable number of words. That's why I couldn't really write something meaningful. here. So it just like gave me a citation where I can pick from, and of course it's going to reference this, assuming we had more number of words. We assume we're not restricted to the 2500 words count. I'm sure it would have actually given us what we needed it to do here. All right, just a minute. Yeah, so that's that about that. Onto the references. You can see all of the references are properly, all the citations are properly referenced here with the DOI links. We'll go and check how credible the DOI links are. All right, you can see by Combs, we can see by Hashwell, by Wahid, blah blah blah, by Amelia Abigail, by Crowe Benjamin 2019, by Elish Dana, by Wocha Louis, by Musa Ibrahim, by Aoud, Gazi M, Grunfula, Kahu Jasprit, Gupta Jyoti, Dubey, and lots more. All right, all of which are in the reports either as part of what was written aftermath in the stakeholder theory in Starbucks that couldn't give us the complete words because of the word count limitation. So let's just go check the reference here if it's credible. So let me check this. Right, does it exist? Just a minute. You can see stakeholder value and revealing complexity. This actually exists. All right, let me pick this also. So it doesn't hallucinate, it doesn't pick out references from thin air. All right, it actually uses references that are credible, verifiable, and available. You can see. All right, this also exists. All right, let's check this. Let's check it one after the other to be sure. You can see we checked optional cookies. You can see this actually exists also on Springer. All right, effect of CSR and ethical practice on sustainable competitive performance, the case of emerging market from stakeholder theory practice. So everything he wrote is about stakeholder as directed by the assignment. You can see in light of this situation, that's what for this assessment to choose one of the organizations below using stakeholder theory to critically analyze this business and management behavior and whether it is in line with principles of business ethics. And we chose Starbucks. Beautiful write-up by this Thesiora system, if you ask me. All right, so let's keep checking. I'm sorry, I didn't paste. All right, let's see what this came up with. Or that's what this is going to come up with. Impact of ethical procurement practice in enhancing corporate reputation and stakeholder trust in Canada. So I mean, just a beautiful write-up that is verifiable, and I can go on and on to verify everything, all right, that was written by this system. I can go on and on. Let me go to the last part so that I don't take too much time in making this how-to video. All right, so every citation is written credibly out of sources available on the internet. However, you can resource the references should in case you are not comfortable with whatever reference has been used in your project. Another thing I can do again is I can ask this system to do some editing for me. Of course, before I go there, I can change the citation style. Should in case my lecturer asks me to change citation style, I can change citation style here. After changing my citation style, right, I will see that reflect as a new report and the version will be updated here. As you can see, the only version available here is version 22 v1. All right, so what I want to do is I want to make edits to the stakeholder theory. Let me ask it to add a little more word to the stakeholder theory. All right, so apparently if I don't select anything here, you can see no subtopic selected, full content will be refined. All right, because I don't want to refine the full content, the only thing I want to refine is stakeholder theory. All right, so I save my changes. Oh, so sorry, I ran out of quota. So I will be making another video, all right, after my quota resets in the next 24 hours to make edits to this. Thank you very much for following me thus far. this is what it is. I've been able to do with the Thesiora writing solution, and for me I think it works pretty fine. All I have to do is to make some minor edits to what it is has been given to me, and also I can download this. All right, either as docs or so I can, for now, because I'm on the freemium, that's why it's asking me to download only in docs, and as you can see it has been downloaded. All right, I can click and it opens up on my you can see it opens up on my on my page here. All right, you can see the whole report. I can ask you to add an additional word count to it. The word is not up to 2005 because let me see, because obviously I must have almost run out of quota, right? Let me see, you can see I ran out of quota, 0 words remaining, so it didn't have extra quota to handle the word for me. However, this quota is going to reset in 24 hours, so I'll make another video. I'm continuing this project for persons who don't want to be limited by this quota parody. You can just go to your settings. This is my profile here, of course. I can go to plan. I'm on the freemium plan for now, so I guess the payment plan would soon be available by Thesiora. I'm eagerly waiting for their payment option to be open so that I can have access to more words. Let's explore what. Okay, if I pay for a normal user $9 per month, I get access to 10,000 words per month total and several others. Well, I don't know if this is going to be final from them. Let's just wait till they finalize their billing plan. I guess the only thing accessible to people for now is the free writing solution. All right, thank you once more for following me thus far. Let me check my project. You can see I've written 2 projects thus far. All right, thank you very much for following me thus far. God bless. Bye for now. See you soon. I remain Samuel. Thank you very much.